Hey everybody, welcome to another Cricut tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to make words in the shape of a design, and I apologize, you can probably hear my dog barking. But this project is super fun, super easy, so I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. So first thing you're going to do is go to New Project, and I'm going to do mine in the shape of Ohio since that's where I'm from. So I'm just going to find an Ohio picture. All I did was just Googled Ohio and I found an outline. So I already saved mine. So I'm going to be able to upload it, and I'll show you guys how to upload any image. Like I said, you can do this with any shape you want. So I'm going to go ahead and upload my Ohio. So you click upload, you're going to browse for your picture, get into the right folder here, and I know I titled it Ohio, so I know I can scroll down a bit. I don't see it. Perhaps I didn't save it there. Well, we'll just resave it. That's okay. Sometimes I can't find things. So I'm just going to go save as. That's why. I did save it in the wrong folder. No big deal. I'll just save it in the right one here. I'm just going to Cricut. Call it Ohio 1. Apparently I'm not. I'm going to call it Ohio 2. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and find my Ohio. Same thing, go to the folder you saved it in. This time I saved it in the right one. Should be easier to find now. So there's my Ohio outline. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. So in order to cut it or to save it as a cut file, you're just going to click simple, especially if you're just using an outline of something, because it's going to just give you a real simple, easy way to clean it up. So we're just going to click continue, and it's going to give us our image. It is going a little bit slow today. I wonder if Design Space is just being a little bit slow. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. I don't know why it has it so zoomed in. This must be a very large picture. And all I'm going to do is just click on the background, and it should remove the background. And I'll just show you. All that checkered space is all the removed space. So that's exactly what we want. So we're just going to go ahead and continue. And it's going to load either your print and cut, which is not what we want. The print and cut's always going to be on the left. We want this one, which is just the cut image, and we just want that outline. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So we're going to go ahead and click Save. We're going to select that image, and we're going to insert the image into our canvas, our design space. Now this image is absolutely gigantic, and we do not need it this big. I'm going to reduce it down to about 10 inches. That should fit it. Oh, it still doesn't fit it quite on the screen. I'm going to reduce it until I can fit it here on our screen. Here we go. That's pretty good. It's about 5 inches by 5 inches. Perfect size. That'll work. So the next thing we want is we want to put a word in here. So I'm going to use the word home. Pretty easy word, simple. Next thing we're going to do is change the color of the text so that we can see it better. I'm going to use red just because it'll stand out against the black. I don't like this font. A lot of times for these types of items, I want to use a really thick font so that it really covers the space. I'm going to go into my system fonts because they don't cost any money and I already own them. And I'm going to find a font that's kind of thick and chunky. This one might work. Now, sometimes when you change your font, you do have to go back and change the color. I don't know why. I don't like that one. It's kind of skinny. Doesn't really do it for me. Let's change that. Let's find us another thicker font. And we can always bold some of these fonts too. Maybe this one. And that might help as well, which I will probably bold this one. Oh, I kind of think that one's cute with the offset. Oh, all right. I'm going to go ahead and bold this one really quick so that it's just a little bit thicker. And I don't know why, but Design Space insists that it changes to black every time you change anything. Okay, so it's kind of far apart and you want your letters really, really close together for an item like this. You actually want them to touch. So you're going to go up to your letter spacing and you're just going to reduce your letter spacing until they all touch. And it takes a couple clicks. All right, that works. Okay. I don't mind that they're overlapping, but I think I'm going to reduce it just a little bit. Okay, I think that's probably good. Yeah, okay. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to actually need to unlock your word, which is this little button down here in the lower left-hand corner, because this allows us to stretch it both up and down and long ways. So I like to stretch mine long ways first and kind of just figure out how tall it's got to be. And then I'm going to stretch it out this way. And the biggest thing you want to do is make sure that all of your pieces are overlapping all the edges. Now you can see with the Ohio, it doesn't quite do it because the Ohio is such an awkward shape. It's kind of shaped like a heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and ungroup our letters, and that's going to allow us to stretch them all individually. But you're going to need to unlock your letters just like you did with your big font. You're going to need to unlock them. So each letter, we're just going to kind of reduce its size so that you can still see the shape of the letter, but you can also see that it's within the state. So you'll be able to see like this. I'm going to stretch it so that it covers all of that. The M looks okay. I might bring it down a little bit more just so we get that bottom piece. And I'm actually going to make this all a hair smaller because this is just driving me crazy. Okay. So like I said, you just want to make sure that you are able to cover your whole entire item with your letters. So we're going to go ahead and stretch out our O a little bit. The H maybe a hair more. But you can see that it's all covering your state. Now the M, I think I'm actually going to stretch that one up a little bit more because I'd like to be able to see more of the M. Okay, and it's okay that they overlap perfectly fine. The next thing we have to do is regroup all of our letters because we need them to be all one piece. So I'm just going to go over here to the side and click each letter while holding Control, and just click up here to regroup your letters. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to select both your letters and your Ohio. You can do that by drawing a box around them on your screen by left clicking and holding it down. And actually, this one's going to be a little bit silly, but I'm actually going to move the, oops, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to keep that where it was. What we need to do actually now is weld all these letters because we need them to be one piece. So you're going to group them, and then I want you to click Weld, which is down here in the lower right-hand corner, and that makes it one piece. Don't worry that you can't see the cut lines. It won't matter anyways once we cut this out. So next thing you're going to do is now you're going to draw your box around your products, your two pictures, and you're going to click Slice. This is where it's going to cut out your shapes. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of a lot of these layers. So we don't need this layer. We don't need this anymore. And we don't need that. This didn't come out quite as well. I should have paid better attention down here to the E. But you guys get the idea. And it's something that you guys can play with. And if you don't like the way it came out, there's always the undo button. And that one is super easy. You just kind of undo it a bunch. You keep clicking undo until it unwelds your letters. And then you can just go ahead and ungroup them again. And you can go back in, and I'm going to make this M maybe a little bit thinner. I'm going to maybe make the O a little thinner. Move the M over a bit. I think I'll make this E because I want the bottom of that E to show, and see how it's going to be a little bit smaller than some of the other letters. That's okay. So watch. All you're going to do now, see, we found our mistake. No big deal. We're going to go ahead and weld our letters. Make them all one piece. We're going to slice again, so select everything, click Slice, and then we can pull out our shape. And we can get rid of all the other layers that we don't need. Now this one, much better. You can see that it's an E, an M, and an O. This is just something that you're going to want to play around with. I did make another one that came out a little bit better than this, and I can show it to you. It is right here. Just depends on your font. This one came out a little bit better. This was, I think, Times New Roman or Bookman. I can't remember. But this one came out a lot better. It's just a matter of playing with it and figuring out what you guys like. If you have any questions, please let me know below. I am happy to help you guys out with anything that you want. I have no problem doing that. If you guys please subscribe. I put out new videos all the time, and I do Craft with Me's on Sunday.